Hey everyone, welcome to Whiskey Whistle. I'm the host of the show, Mark, and you're watching whiskey review number 206, Kavalan Brandy Oak, part of this gorgeous set that I got in Japan not too long ago. Last week, about a week ago, hopefully a week ago on the show, you might have watched the review of the ex-Bourbon Oak and also the unboxing of this gorgeous, gorgeous box. So check those out if you haven't seen them. Let's get right into this one, Brandy Oak. Now, don't know much about the Brandy Oak. I'm going to rely on my subscribers and perhaps somebody who goes by the name of Larry Shane, who runs the Kavalan Cavafan Facebook group. Maybe he can shed some light on this this expression. Very cool, very cool still-shaped bottle, and I'm going to pour it into my Kavalan glass. And perhaps you can see behind me, well, just the shopping bags and a nice bottle of the Solist Sherry that I have. I think that's a good amount. Now, this is very aromatic. I can already smell the whiskey, even from this little bottle. And I think that I'm going to like it. And, well, I hope that you like this review. If you do like this review already, why not click that like button, all right? And while you're at it, right over here you can see the subscribe button. Click to subscribe. So move your fingers over there and just give that a little click. All right, give it a try. Okay, so now I've got a squeaky sofa again. I think it depends on the humidity, which is a little bit strange. Now, what's going to be after this one? I think that probably 207 might be a Calvados, so stay tuned for that. And beyond that, not quite sure yet, but I'll put a message on the YouTube discussion part of my page where you can find out what's coming next. So be sure to check that out, all right? So, color-wise, let's check out the color. As I look around for something white, I don't have anything white. Well, we'll just run with it. This is a gorgeous, deep golden hue. Oh, it's beyond gold. I think this is almost more like a medium brass, nearly a copper hue. Perhaps the lighter shade of copper. When you see copper, it's got a little bit of a modeling to it. So that would be maybe the lighter shade of copper. A dark honey, something like a Manuka honey kind of a color. Very nice. Not quite maple syrup, but getting there. Oh, and how about the legs? We looked at the legs on the ex-Bourbon Oak. Let's try to see how these are over on this one. And this Brandy Oak also, by the way, this is 54% ABV. It's unchill filtered and pretty sure it's natural in color. Okay. So, let's have a look at those legs. Yes, very, very slow with this one as well. Look at that. Look at how slow that is. Can you see that on the top of the rim there? Let me go through that one more time. Roll it around the glass a little bit to get the liquid up to the near the lip of the glass. And be sure nice if I could do that uniformly, but anyway. Okay, here we are. All right, there, you can just see that drizzling down. Very slow, very syrupy. Now, one reason for that would be the high ABV. So there's a lot more whiskey in the liquid because it's pure, well, pretty nearly pure whiskey. This is not cask strength, but it's pretty darn close. Long, drizzly legs on that, isn't there? Now, we're going to check out the nose. Before that, we'll have a short word from the YouTube sponsors right here. Welcome back. Thank you for watching that that short advertisement. If you did, if you didn't, that's fine too. You can always skip them. Now, I put a few advertisements in my videos to help offset the cost of this channel, probably compared to other sorts of YouTube channels. Well, I would say the cost for me to bring all this information to you is pretty high. When you think I'm doing about 100 whiskeys a year, and they're roughly, you know, around about $100 each. So that gives you an idea of the cost. So why not help out a little bit? I have not yet set up a Patreon account or Patreon account, whatever you want to call it. Likewise with PayPal. I probably will in the future, but boy, I just don't have a whole lot of time to go through all of those sign up steps and whatnot. I guess I probably should. Let me know if you're interested in that sort of thing with WhiskyWhistle. I would sure love to hear from you. All right, on to the nose. Brandy oak, huh? Now, if you hear some banging, there's some construction going on in the apartment above me. I apologize. I am getting a distinct kind of cognac-esque sort of a scent coming through here. Now, I wonder what kind of oak is being used. Is this French oak? My nose tells me that yes, it might be French oak. And I'm getting very, very thirsty. My mouth is watering. It's very fruity, and yet it's also quite spicy. Yeah, I do believe that is French oak. I'm getting some of those distinct kind of nutmeggy, cardamom type of spice scents. Not much in the way of straight up cinnamon. And I wouldn't want to call this vanilla either. I'm going to go with a rich toffee. And maybe a nice honey as well, something like a clover honey. Certainly distinct from the ex-Bourbon oak. A little bit floral too. And I think I'm going to go with clover flowers, the flowers that you get in a clover field. They're kind of roundish, right, with a little bit of purple on the top, white overall. Maybe a little bit of dandelion. Great. All right, well, let's get on to the palate for this now. Cheers, everybody, and cheers to all the Kavalan Cava fans out there. Cheers. Now this is very nice as well. By the way, as with the others, this was bottled in 2016 on March the 25th. This is much smoother than the ex-Bourbon oak in my opinion. I'm not sure about the actual age of this. They were all bottled on the same day, I guess. However, those casks might be from different, they are likely from different days, unless they somehow magically filled all of those casks on the same day from the same batch, the same still run. Doubtful. Anyway, I wonder if it's a bit older than the ex-Bourbon oak. That or else it is the effect of the European oak that's being emitting that's influencing the flavor. And virtually no alcohol sharpness on the nose. Also indicative of a longer aging. It's very tangy. Kind of like a tart apple pastry with some nicely made sugar icing drizzled on top. Maybe even a little bit of cream cheese mixed into that icing. So slightly creamy, slightly, well, what's that flavor of cream cheese? It's a little bit buttery. It's a little bit well, a little bit cheesy. Not in the strange way, in the good way. I'm cheesy, not that kind of cheese. But all right, give it one more little taste. Even the brandy comes through on the palate in a very, very strong way. Again, sorry about the noise. I'm really noticing the original cask use character coming through. With the ex-Bourbon oak, I really noticed the bourbon. With the brandy oak here, I'm really noticing the brandy. That's pretty amazing. Even the finish here, very much a brandy or cognac oriented finish. I get both fresh and also, let's call it reduced grapes, some light raisins, no dark raisins in this one, the lighter variety of raisins. So far, I'm really, really happy with this. Let's add a bit of water now. We're going to add 1, and we're going to add 2. And that's all I'm going to add to start. That's about 2.5 milliliters added. And I'm not going to do the math, but you know, we're getting it down close to 40%, maybe 45. Nice afternoon here. It's a Friday afternoon. Really happy to be doing the review in the afternoon as opposed to in the middle of the night. So hopefully you can tell that I'm a little bit more alert. I actually had to delete an entire review recently. That'll be the next one after this. It should have been before this. Now that was a Calvados, and well, I can't even tell it. It was really, really bad. I actually fell asleep on camera for a long period of time. And there was a lot of sleep talking going on. Or was it drunk talking? I don't think it was drunk talking. I don't really get that drunk. I don't consume large volumes at a time. I have a number of varieties at once, but never a large amount. I think I usually end up with about 3 or 4 1-ounce glasses that I'll consume on a good night, and probably more like 2 or 3. Now with water, a little bit more of the floral notes are coming through. Those clovers, very nice here. Perhaps even a little hint of that sort of a clover field overall, including the green. Toffee is still there too. A little bit more grapey. Really, really lovely scent. I really like this. Now, if you're neither a fan of cognac or brandy, and if you're also not a fan of floral scents coming through in your whiskey, then this is probably not for you. But for those who are interested in other spirits other than whiskey, wonderful product. And if you like variety in the nose and the palate and the finish, this will give you some good variety. All right, cheers again. Much more honeyed here. This is a good drinking strength. I'm going to add a little bit more because I like the direction this is going. So we're probably up to around about 3 milliliters of water added to probably a starting point of, well, we'll call it 20 milliliters, maybe a little bit less. probably had 15 milliliters, and I put in 3, so 18. So you can do the math, not me. I could do it. I'm not going to do it. I want to do it, but I don't want to waste your time. Formerly a math geek, but you know, it seems as though as the years pass by, I'm less interested in utilizing that part of my brain. I should probably get back into it, because I think that's a really good way to keep your mind young, and I think keeping your mind young also keeps your body young. All right, now with the water added, I'm getting much more whiskey content coming through as well. And this could stand alongside some Highland whiskeys quite nicely. Even some of maybe the spicier space ciders. Great. Yeah, still very floral. A little bit more, let's just call it like a, for lack of a better word, a Scotch-esque sort of a scent coming through here. On the lighter side though, so for Highland, this would be something on the lighter end, maybe something similar to a Glenmorangie. I think it's okay for me to mention. All right, well, time to taste that one more time. Cheers. Right in there with Glenmorangie and Ball Blair. A little bit more on the herbal side, slightly more like Ball Blair than Glenmorangie. And that European oak, I'm dead certain that this is European oak. Really adds a nice spice component. Nutmeg is really coming through here. This is a delight to drink. I'm a really big fan of this. The finish is quite long, and I believe all of these are going to have long finishes. I think that the casks that are being used for the entire range from Kavalan are probably of the highest quality. And I would expect that first fill is probably primarily used. Obviously they have the ability to do second fill now, because they've already dumped some whiskeys, a lot of them. So, but I would imagine that the second fill, if they're doing second fill, I think that will be what they'll use for some of the more basic varieties like the Concert Master, which they then finish in a port cask, or the standard Kavalan. I don't know if it has a name to it other than just Kavalan. All right, we're gonna give it one more little taste, because I do quite like that one. Well, let's file that under honey, toffee, and herbs, alongside a good amount of nutmeg spices, a bit of cardamom as well. And then just at the end of the finish there, you get a little hint of vanilla. So very, very well-rounded, very, what can I call it? Varied. The taste really hits a few different areas of the flavor wheel. And nicely made, wonderful whiskey. So hats off to Kavalan for this one. I'm really impressed. So let's get on to the WhiskyWhistle Whiskey Scorer. and we'll have a short word from the YouTube sponsors right here. Welcome back. So, on to the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Kavalan. The Brandy Oak. There it is in this beautiful set. Now, again, big fan of this one. I really like it, and well, it deserves a high score, and I'm going to give this one 90 out of 100. That's the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Brandy Oak from Kavalan. Kavalan Brandy Oak, Taiwanese single malt whiskey. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that. Another one next up will be the Sherry Oak, and that'll be coming up in about a week's time. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Share it with your whiskey buddies. And if you can get this gift set, great value. If you can get any of these as a single bottle, I think it's well worth it. And well, aside from the Kavalan videos, don't forget to watch my other content. Lots of great content. Not all whiskey. There's also cognacs. There's also some Korean soju. So have a look at the archives. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Whiskey Whistle. Be sure to subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a like and leave a comment down below. Be sure to stay tuned next time to join me, the host of the show, Mark, as I explore more whiskeys with you. Take care now, and we'll see you next time.